First time ever I'm talking about an Apple TV show, and I'm really excited for it. It's Bad Sisters, and it's probably one of the best shows I've ever seen. Hi, my name's Drew and welcome to another review video on Flying Wiener. Now, I was briefly a few months ago, I was in France visiting family. I did actually make a drone video about that. I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. And my uncle, who has got various Apple products, he is the first person in the world to actually make me finally buy one. I didn't, well, not strictly buy one, but a subscription in this case, because he showed me the first 4 episodes of Bad Sisters. And I just felt I need, this show was so good. My wife and I, we said, we have to get a subscription at least for a short time, just so that we can watch the end of this show. Now, I'm making the most of this subscription, so I'm watching all the various shows and films that are on Apple TV, so expect maybe, if any of them are worthwhile talking about, expect a few more popping up over the next month or 2 or so. Anyway, that's how I got there. So for the first time in my life, I've given Apple some money. Absolutely worth it, by the way, absolutely worth it. And in general, I'm quite busy at the moment over the summer. I've got a few projects that I actually want to do and finish, so don't be surprised. And for the time being, I'm not going to show the video clips that I usually show. Instead, I'm just going to use images like I usually do for my roundup videos, just so that allows me to spend about half the time on the videos. And yeah, I'll be able to do other things. I'll also try and keep the videos themselves short, but who knows, if I find some additional time because I'm spending less on each video individually, who knows, maybe there'll be a bonus video in between every now and then. Yeah, that's just as a wee information, so don't be surprised that you're just going to be seeing still images of this show. So what is it about? It's set in Dublin. This show, it is written by Sharon Horgan, who also plays the main character, Dave Finkel and Brett Baer. It is about a family, particularly a group of 5 sisters. They are the Garvey sisters, and so it's set in Dublin, as I said. The whole show starts off with a death in the family. One of the sisters, her name is Grace in the show, her husband dies. His name is John Paul, JP also, that's how he's called in the show. So he's dead right at the beginning. This is not a spoiler, this is actually how the show starts. And we realise that, obviously it's a very big important death in the family, but we realise that something is a bit off about it. So we've also got an insurance investigation. It's about a life insurance that, is supposed to be paying out for John Paul's death. And we've got these insurance guys investigating because they think that the death wasn't quite right. And the show basically, it focuses on these 5 sisters. So I'm not going to name all of them here. They're all great actresses and actors for the various roles, but I really like the family unit that we have here. We jump back and forth between the timelines. So we've got present day, where we see this active investigation going on, and the family reacting to it because they're like, okay, what's going on here? Why are we being investigated? And then we also have flashbacks to the past. By the way, the timeline jumping, it's very easy not to get confused because they really make it very obvious with a film roll, that rewinds or fast forward, so it's very easy to see which timeline you're currently in. And you see events from the past, and we gradually learn that the family and, Grace and John Paul's relationship wasn't what everyone exactly thought it was, so there's a few mysteries there. So it's a bit like a murder mystery, because we don't know how he died, we don't see it, we just are presented with the funeral, with the dead body. So we are also, following along these insurance guys trying to figure out what exactly happened. People say about this as a black comedy, which I fully agree with. It is really, really funny. It's got such great moments, such laugh out loud moments, but really you can't just stop watching it. You want to watch the next episode and keep going because you want to know what happens next. And the more you watch, it's really fascinating, it's really interesting. It's just a lot of fun. And it's got one of the best depictions of an evil person I've ever seen. And when I say evil, I don't mean, somebody who commits war crimes, etc., because obviously there are a lot of examples of being evil. But this is a particular kind of evil where it shows just how menacing you can be just in average everyday life without actually, committing atrocious act, if you know what I mean, you know, not bodily harming someone. It shows you especially how much you can do with psychological abuse in this whole thing, which is a bit of a spoiler, I suppose, but it's what drew me as well, because there's one character in this, you cannot help but hate this person, and it played so well too. Really fascinating stuff. So very high recommendation for me. I do actually believe, you know, you can just get Apple TV just for a month just to watch this show. It is that good. If it were out on Blu-ray or something, I would buy it straight away, because it is just a lot of fun, and I can imagine it's probably a lot of fun to introduce people to, friends and family, you know, who've never seen it, and just seeing their reaction as it goes along, because there's twists and turns along the way. I like how it's constructed, and like I say, the family is great. Love their family unit. The sister makes me, I've only got one brother, but watching this makes me wish, you know, we had like 4 or 5 siblings with a dynamic like that, because it just looks like a lot of fun too, you know, and it's just great to always have someone who's got your back, especially if it's multiple people. One person I do actually want to mention, I mean, I've already mentioned Sharon Horgan. She is basically the main character. She's the oldest sister. She's like the matriarch of the family, basically. Outstanding job. I believe she was also nominated for the role, which I can absolutely understand. Does some really great things here in this, gets a lot of stuff to work with. Second person I would like to mention is actually the person playing JP, John Paul, is Claes, who's a Danish actor. And if you remember, I mentioned it all starts off with him dying, but of course, because we see flashbacks, we get to see him alive, of course. And I've seen him before. He was actually in a Netflix BBC co-production of Dracula, and I really liked him in that. He played the menacing Dracula really well, and he's also particularly good in this. So those are definitely the 2 standout actors, and probably even characters in the show that I would say you should particularly look out for. Very high recommendation for me. Definitely watch it. That will be all from me today. Like I say, I'm trying to keep these videos a bit shorter. I hope I manage. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It is the best way to support this channel. Leave a comment down below about Bad Sisters or Apple TV. What do you think about it? Have you got recommendations? Obviously now, as I'm exploring it, very important to have recommendations. Any and all of that down in the comments below, please. I'll thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one of the Flying Wiener. Take care.